totally get you. Like in the car by myself, I am, I'm Taylor Swift in the car by myself, but
exactly.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear it.
Well, I will do karaoke and torture people, just because I don't really care. It's just fun to do.
It is.
I'm one of those people at the karaoke where you're like, oh
yes.
my God, that's embarrassing. And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
This is Up and Country on 93.7 The Bull. It's powered by V Livecast. I'm your host, Sue Bonzel. Let's get this show started. Well, I have a special guest with me today. I'm excited to introduce Stacie. She's with Route 66 Country. She has her own blog similar to Up and Country. So I decided, hey, let's get together and talk country. Stacie, how are you?
I am great, Sue. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. It's nice to connect with a fellow blogger and, aficionado of country. Now, you focus a lot on like some of the ladies, right, in country?
I do men and women both, but okay. I will have to say I'm a little bit biased towards the women. I feel like there needs to be a voice for women in country music.
Yeah.
We're kind of still the underdogs a little bit. So I'm a little bit heavy towards the women, I guess you would say. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting, we got together and we compared notes, and it really cool that some of the new artists that you were interviewing, I hadn't, and some of the ones that I have, you haven't. Right. So we kind of, it's kind of like we're meeting all the needs, basically, of the new artists here in country music. And so, I've got a couple of my favorites. We figured today we'd talk about our favorite interviews and our favorite female artists that we have interviewed, new and up and coming. So what's your number one? What's your number one?
My number one has to be my very first guest that I had, Kaitlyn Quisenberry.
Ah, there you go.
She was just such a good sport. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And come to find out, what neither of us knew at the time was we were each other's first interview ever.
Oh, that's awesome. And I love that.
She lives in Nashville now, and she is just climbing the charts like crazy, but she is from Denver, Colorado. And so she was in Colorado at the time. And I just stumbled across her music. It was her very first single that she put out, Blue. And I instantly fell in love with it and fell in love with her. She's just such a sweet soul, genuine, what you see is what you get type of lady, and just an angelic voice. And I cannot wait to see how far she goes in this career. And she was just phenomenally patient with me, not having a clue what I was doing, recording the video. I think we had to do a few different takes, and she was just so great and so patient with me. But she was my very, very first interview, and I've had her on several times since. Still follow her career very closely, but she's definitely a standout to me.
Isn't it exciting when you've got these young artists that are very excited? It gets me excited too, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm helping this person. We're going to get them a little more exposure out there. And I love to follow what they're doing and see what the next thing is. It's so exciting to see that.
It absolutely is. And she has put, since then she has moved to Nashville, put numerous singles and videos out. Been named breakout artist. I mean, she's just doing phenomenally well. So
yeah, that is awesome. Okay, so Kaitlyn Quisenberry, that's your number one.
Yep.
I'm going to have to say, well, I'll say my number one just because I think she was one of my very first female interviews, and that was Maddie Wren. Oh my God, this girl is so authentic, so damn adorable. She was super fun to interview. Just a neat person. And we had some giggles and some laughs, and her music, she's phenomenal. I had so much fun with her, and it was kind of like you said, like your first interview, and it's kind of like, okay, we're getting used to it, and we're getting going and everything. And she was wonderful. And of course, anytime we're doing anything, virtually, you got technical issues, and she again was like, no, we're good. It's no problem. And we had a great time. I was really glad to have her on the show, and she's done some amazing things too. She's doing the next steps and working up. So Maddie Wren, that's my pick for just because she was like one of my first ladies. So that was really cool.
All right. So we'll have to make sure we watch out for them, Maddie Wren and Kaitlyn Quisenberry. It is so fun to watch their careers from the ground level and just see them work their way up and the things that they accomplish. It's so, I never knew how satisfying it would be when I started doing this. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
there was another first for me was our first in-person interview when we visited Nashville before we moved here. And I got to see May Estes. And that girl, okay, if you don't follow May Estes on TikTok, highly recommend, because she does this really cool thing that I don't know that I've really seen anyone else do, where she duets herself. So she'll do her background, she'll do her own harmonies, and she'll do it several times. So she'll be on the screen, and it'll be her 4 different times with different, like I said, different harmonies and backup, and she's incredible. She's a beautiful, beautiful voice. And she was a lot of fun. We got to do that in person, which, as you know, in person, always so much better. So May Estes was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to
How about
check
you?
her
Okay.
out.
Next one for you.
Next one for me, I am going to say Lizzie Cates.
Okay.
She is in Nashville. She's actually, I think I don't want to say this wrong because it may have been yesterday. She may or may not be at Jason Aldean's today.
Ooh.
It might have been yesterday, maybe today. Sorry, Lizzie, if I'm messing that up. Lizzie was another one of my in the beginning interviews, and she had already had I believe an album out, several singles out. But her personality is what caught my attention with her. I mean, she has a beautiful voice, but her personality, she just has one of those personalities that is just runneth over bubbly, fun. Like, you want this girl to be your friend. Like, you're going to have fun if you're hanging out with her.
Right.
And her music is just as great. And she helped me with another first on the show. I did a virtual writer's round.
Oh,
and
fun.
So we had it set up just like you would go into someplace in Nashville for a writer's round, but it was all done virtually. And Lizzie helped me put that together and host that. And we just had an absolute blast doing that. So you can find her up and down Broadway. Like I said, she's been at Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan's a lot lately. So I definitely recommend going and checking out a show of hers because she is phenomenal and so much fun and such a super sweet girl.
And what's her last name again? It's Lizzie
Cates. Cates.
Cates.
Yep.
Okay. Lizzie Cates. That's who we need to follow. Okay.
Yep, definitely. Check her out. Instagram, all the socials. Yeah, she's there doing it all. And you will, if you are a cat lover, she has the cutest, most adorable, solid white Scottish fold kitten, or I should say full-grown cat now, Sora. And I mean, she has her own Instagram, so
Well, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
So that's somebody else you have to follow, Zora the cat, on Instagram. So
that is something I've noticed with a lot of the artists. They have pages for their pets.
Well, we love our pets, right?
I know.
And they have their own personality, and they want to keep their channel for for their music, and so pet gets their own.
Totally makes sense. I would totally do that if I still had puppy dogs. So
me too.
I get it.
So I just recently was able to do an in-person interview with Maggie Baugh, and Dang, that girl. You want to talk about, you're talking about Lizzie and that personality where you're like, okay, this is somebody I could hang out with. I mean, Maggie is, I'm old enough to be her mom. She's the same age as my daughter, and she's damn adorable. She got a phone call. She's very important. It's very important.
It's my husband. Sorry, I forgot to mute my phone.
Doesn't he know?
It's like, yes, he has a sixth sense. Like, oh, Stacie's on an interview. Let's go.
She must be busy. I'll call her now. Yeah, but Maggie Baugh, she is just so charming, so adorable. She's a great storyteller. She likes to expand on her stories. She always has something to say. She's very witty. She's super funny, and the girl can play. She plays like 7 instruments. She plays the fiddle like a boss. And she brought her acoustic guitar, played a song for us, and then follow her on TikTok, and she does a bunch of finish the lick videos.
Oh, fun.
Starts with, like an AC/DC song, and then she finishes the lick on her electric guitar.
Oh, wow.
And she's pretty dang impressive. So she's going places, and she does a couple of shows. I think she said monthly, Maggie Baugh and Friends. So it's her plus some other new up-and-coming country artists, and they do a concert once a month. So here in Nashville. So she's somebody to go and follow for sure.
I will definitely check her out. That sounds like so much fun. And I hate to use the word jealous, but I don't know any other word for it. I'm so jealous of these musicians that are so multi-talented.
Yeah.
Not only do they have great voices, but they can play multiple instruments.
Right.
And I'm just always amazed by that and by their talent. I shouldn't say jealous, though I am, but I'm so appreciative of their talent.
Yeah.
And the time and effort that they put into it. I cannot wait to do an in-person interview. That is going to be so much fun. That is definitely something on my radar.
Yes.
We've got some pretty cool places around where I live to go check some artists out. And I definitely am looking forward to that. So I know that's got to be.
I highly recommend. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's just such a different energy with having somebody there with you, and I'm completely 100% with you with the call it jealousy if you will. I unfortunately cannot play any instrument. I cannot sing. I mean, I try to sing, but nobody wants to hear that. So
totally get you. Like in the car by myself, I am I'm Taylor Swift in the car by myself, but
exactly.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear it.
Well, I will do karaoke and torture people, just because I don't really care. It's just fun to do.
It is.
I'm one of those people at the karaoke where you're like, oh my God, that's embarrassing. And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. I have done that before. And my friends were even like, Stacie, can you sing a little quieter? And I'm like,
just a little.
You just want me to be the background vocals. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Background good. And I can play the acoustic egg. I'm really good with the acoustic egg. Maybe tambourine. Yeah, well, it's possible.
And I'm great at the air guitar and the air drums.
There you go. Yes.
I'm
years of practice, right? Years of practice.
Yes. So much practice at that. I am a boss on the air instruments.
There you go. Exactly. So what's next for you? I know you're going to continue to do your interviews similar to what I'm doing. Anything new that's coming up for you? What's happening with your interviews and your blog and all that?
So much new stuff coming up. We just celebrated on March the 13th was my 2nd anniversary. So we're going into our 3rd year. And with that, I'm finally launching my website. People that have been following me for a while know the difficulties I've had getting that done, but that is finally going to be launched on April the 4th. So we will go back live. I've kind of shut Route 66 down the month of March, getting all this ready in preparation. So we're going to kick things back off April the 4th. I've got some pretty big announcements coming, some changes that are happening to Route 66 moving forward. That's just going to make us bigger and better and be able to provide the artist more. So
I love
the
that.
website is a huge part of that. So I'm just so looking for, I don't want to give too much away before announcement day. But I'm so looking forward to that. It's just, I'm loving growing this channel and watching it grow, and the artists that have been a part of it since the beginning that still want to be a part of it with me.
Totally.
Is, I'm along their journey with them and they're doing it with me.
Yes.
So I love it. I cannot wait to expand Route 66 to be bigger so I can give them even more.
Absolutely. Well, I love that. I love what you're doing. Let's see. I did my top 3. I think you did 2. You got one more.
I have one more. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see. I said Kaitlyn and Lizzie. Let's go with, oh my gosh.
So many good ones. I know, right?
There's so many. Oh, it's almost like, oh, I hate to say, okay, this is my final one, because then there's like that other one that like, oh, you didn't name me. Like, I love all of y'all.
I know.
All right. First one that just popped into my mind, Taylor Teasley.
Okay.
She is phenomenal. She is a California native. She makes trips to Nashville every now and then. She is an artist that like had me hanging on the edge of my seat for quite a while, from the time I discovered her until she put her first single out.
Oh, wow.
She only has one single out there.
Okay.
But she has written and co-written so many songs with fabulous artists, writers, singer-songwriters. But she knew what she wanted for her debut single, and she was not going to put out anything until she knew it was perfect,
right,
in her mind, or perfectly what she wanted.
Right.
And I'm telling you, she came out of the gate swinging. Her song Nevermind, check it out. Taylor Teasley. She is on all socials. I think she is. I'm not on TikTok that much. I do go over there every now and then, but I'm pretty sure she's like blowing up TikTok. But she's on Instagram, Facebook, all the socials, has a website. Definitely check out her song Nevermind. It is absolutely phenomenal. She is phenomenal. She has that definitely feminine, but that rasp to her voice.
Right.
And I mean, that's just a quality that you can't make up. You either have it or you don't have it.
Sure.
And she has it in spades. It is so beautiful. Yeah. And she's just a phenomenal person. I love her. So yeah. Those are
that's so fun. Well, good. Okay. So name off your top 3 one more time so everybody knows the names.
Kaitlyn Quisenberry, Lizzie Cates, and Taylor Teasley.
Okay, those are the ones to follow. My top ones, Maddie Wren, and that's R-E-A-N. It's the way she pronounces it, Maddie Wren. I had to learn how to pronounce it correctly. May Estes and Maggie Baugh. So those are my top picks, some of my favorite interviews with ladies. And so I'm excited for all of your success. I can't wait for your relaunch in April. So Route66country.com eventually is going to be there and be ready. And you guys can follow Stacie and follow Route 66 Country on Instagram and Facebook, so you can continue to be exposed to all these new artists. This is so exciting.
Absolutely. And thank you so much again for having me on today. It has been a pleasure. Can't wait to have you on my show as well.
Okay.
And I am so glad that we connected with each other. It's been so much fun getting to know you and comparing, our thoughts and wishes for these beautiful women.
Exactly.
And it's so crazy that we did not compare notes before, but we didn't have the same artist at all in mind.
I know, it's great.
Ones. Yeah, absolutely love it. That just goes to show how many women musicians there are out there.
Yes.
Yet to be discovered and make it, make it big. I wish them all the best.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm really glad that we are working together too, because you know what? Ultimately, it's about the artist. It's about what we can do. And, me helping you, you helping me,
Yeah.
everybody wins, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you,
Women
Stacie.
empowering women.
There you go. Women empowering women. That's what it's all about, ladies.
Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stacie.
Thank you so much, Sue. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Up and Country, where we have new episodes every Tuesday. And be sure to visit upncountry.com for all of the episodes and information about our VIP club, where you're going to get exclusive backstage access. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, make sure to follow me, Sue Bonzel. I'll see you next week.